In this lesson, we're going to design the contact screen wireframe, the low fidelity version. So far we have the home screen design finished, and here they can view top designers, and when the user selects one like Tim Cloaks, we can now view the profile screen, view Tim's hourly rate, jobs, earnings, etc. And then we will want to contact them if we want to hire them. So we're going to be creating that contact screen now. So I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm just going to grab the profile-wireframe command or control D to create a duplicate. And I'm just going to remove the one off of that and change this to contact-wireframe. So right away, I'm going to go ahead and delete the arrow icon. And I'm also going to delete the bell icon as well. And then we will just delete everything. And if we need anything from any of these screens that we've already created, we can just create duplicates and drag them over here. So for this screen, we're going to need some more icons. So we'll go ahead and head over to our icon section of our style guide. Hold Alt on the last one we used to create a duplicate, Command-Shift-G or Control-Shift-G to ungroup it, and we'll delete the icon. So now we're left with that 24 by 24 zero opacity square that we're using for our spacing in our icons. All right, so I dragged in 3 different icons. The first one is a plus. I couldn't find box icons close icon. I don't actually think they have one. So I'm just gonna rotate that 45 degrees and we'll use that as our closing icon. So we're gonna horizontally and vertically align that with our box and hit Command G. And then I'll create a duplicate of that. Ungroup it and delete the X icon, and we'll add the image icon. So for this image icon, I think it's actually a little bit too big. So if you look at it inside of the box, it's very close to the border of the box, and I don't like that. So I'm actually going to select this. I'm going to lock its size, and I'm just going to shrink it down to 16 by 16. Then I'm going to realign that inside of that, and Command G to group it. And then we'll just place it up here with the other ones. Hold Alt to create a duplicate, Command-Shift-G or Control-Shift-G, and then I'm going to delete that. And we're going to do something similar for the paperclip icon. I prefer the paperclip to be straight up and down, so I'm just going to rotate that, and I'm going to shrink this down to, let's go about 15 pixels by 10.5. I'm locking the aspect ratio so I can adjust the width to what I want, and then it automatically adjusts the height for me. So then we'll grab that in the square and we'll horizontally and vertically center that, Command G or Control G to group it, and then we'll put that up here with the rest of our icons. So now that we have those 3 new icons, I'm going to grab those and Command C or Control C to copy them, and then we'll head back over to our contact wireframe, and then we'll paste those in. So these 2 are going to be used later, so I'm going to put them in the pasteboard, and the close icon, I'm going to put that up here in the top right. So for this screen in the top left, I'm going to give this screen a title. So I'm just going to type out some text, and this is just complete junk text, and I'm going to set this to the title button text. So that's 17-point font, and it's going to be medium, and I'm going to align it to the top corner for now, and we're going to align this to the left. Inside of this, I'm going to say message Tim Cloaks. And instead of having this in the corner like it is now, I'm going to center this vertically with our closing icon. So just moving it down until it's centered. So if I grab these 2, you'll see that they're centered together, and this is not actually touching the corner grid, just because that needs to be a straight line across. So that's how we're going to do that. So if we're going to message Tim Cloaks, we need to have his user profile icon so we can see it visually. So I'm just going to grab this circle, and I'm going to scale this up to 187 pixels, so it's very large. So we're going to put 50 pixel spacing below the close icon. So we're going to use the bottom of that close icon. So I'm going to hold Alt and hover over that and go down until it says 50. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I highlight this again, you'll notice that the bottom of the close icon does not line up with the text. So we have to line this up with the X to actually get 50 pixel spacing. And that's going to position this where all the other first content on the screen is laid out on all of our other designs to keep that nice and consistent. I'm also going to hold Alt and create a duplicate of this. And this is going to be your profile icon, so the person who's reaching out to Tim Cloaks. And then we're going to have another circle in the center, and this is going to show the price that you're going to be paying for his services. And we'll set this one to 80 pixels by 80 pixels. And we'll center that up in between there. And so we'll go ahead and put the price in so we remember what that is. So we'll do $50 an hour, which is Tim Cloak's hourly rate here on his profile. And for this, we're going to leave this at 17 point, but we're going to change this to bold. And I'm also going to go ahead and change it to white. So we'll center that up inside that circle. Next, I'm going to create a text area. So I'm going to grab the type tool and just drag it out just to create some room from each side of the margin to the next. And we'll just type in a bunch of junk text. So I've already written some actual type out for this one. It just says our designers select their own rates. These rates are final and we respect our designer's choice to select their own price. And then it has learn more. So we're doing something very similar that we did over here. So we're going to have a button at the end of the text if somebody would like to click that and learn more. All right, so let's set this to our paragraph text and we'll change the line height to 28. And we'll just double check to make sure that's the line height we're using over here, which it is. And then we'll change the height of this text area to the very bottom of our text box. I'm gonna grab this text and change it to medium. Let me just double check that. Yep, we're using medium. And in this case, we'll change it to black for now, just so that it stands out a little bit more. So we're gonna put this 20 pixels below these large circles because this is not a new section. It's supposed to go with this. And then we'll create another section down here where we can actually message them. So let's go ahead and make that title. And we'll select the title button text. And this is going to be 50 pixels below this body text. Then 13 pixels below that, we're going to create a rectangle where we're going to have the user type out their message. So we'll just put that 13 below that. For the height, we'll go with 247 pixels. And we'll remove the border and we'll just change this to a lighter gray for now. So we'll grab that gray color. And that's where we're going to have our message. And it's also where these icons are going to go. So I'm going to grab these icons and just put them down here in the corner. And I'm going to go up 20 pixels, holding shift and using my arrow key to go in increments of 10. And I'm going to go to the left 20 pixels. Then I'm going to separate these by about 6 pixels, just so we have some small spacing in between each of those icons. And then we're also going to have a message inside of this. So here I'll just put start typing your message, ... And we'll change this to the paragraph text, which is a nice gray. And for this one, we're gonna go down 30 pixels and in 20 pixels. So we have more space on the top. So this text has room to breathe. And last but not least, we need a button. So I'm just gonna hit Command-C or Control-C on this contact button, select the contact wireframe and hit Command-V to paste it in exactly where this one was. And that's 50 pixels from the bottom. And it should be 50 pixels from this message box if you've spaced everything out exactly like I have through this design. And this button is going to say send message. So with this screen, what we're doing is we're giving a title now so that we can explain that you're messaging Tim Cloaks, just to make the user aware of that. We're also going to show Tim Cloaks' profile icon once more, except larger, and then we're going to show your icon larger next to that so that you're kind of working together, you're pairing these together. And then we're going to have the price in the center, which is the user's set hourly rate. We're going to give a description of why that is, and then we're going to allow the user to add a message. They can add an attachment or even some kind of image if they would like. And then we're going to allow the user to send the message over to Tim Cloaks. So that is it for our contact wireframe. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next lesson.